If there ever was an all-American performance vehicle sport, then tractor and truck pulling is it. This is not an event of speed, nor of endurance or stopwatch accuracy. This is an event of brute force. This is the National Hot Rod Truck and Tractor Pulling Championships.
Beauty takes many forms, and today's event is not only an expression of that beauty, but a tribute to this great nation's spirit, ability, creativity, and accomplishment in producing the mechanical marvels we see before you.
The sheer power generated by these behemoths when they fire up in competition is awesome, up to 6,000 horsepower. They're ground shakers, charging the air with ear-shattering energy, attracting huge crowds with their breathtaking displays of macho vehicular muscle. Like iron dinosaurs with King Kong tires, they thunder across a 300-foot dirt track, exploding toward the finish line with an enormous payload that varies from 30,000 to 60,000 pounds.
Basically, it's the guy that can take and pull a weight the furthest. That's just basically what it amounts to. And now it's different than it used to be like, say, 20 years ago. Now we have a weight transfer box, and back then they were starting out with a load, you know, that they was pulling the total distance. And a weight transfer sled is a box that moves further, and the further you pull it, the weight moves forward, puts down pressure on a flat pan, and that's what stalls the tractor out.
As the vehicle pulls forward, the weight box shifts quickly, transferring as much as 40,000 pounds from the rear to the front of the sled. But it doesn't happen automatically. At the controls of this particular sled is a bouncy 21-year-old blonde who's been around tractor pulling since she was 14.
Well, when the vehicle hooks up, I've got a red and green light. I can turn on the green when I'm ready, kick the sled into gear, and just take off. And if something should go wrong, I've got air brakes. I can lock them up and stop the vehicle. Or I've got a kill switch that's attached to the vehicle pulling, and I can kill that vehicle in case of an emergency. You get tired of it once in a while. You get hit in the head with a clod of dirt or something.
Only a few actually reach the finish line, but getting as far as possible is all the fun. And the excitement, it's electric.
I think it's great. Wonderful. It's different, something different.
I just like to watch the trucks run.
Don't like the noise, but I like to watch the show.
It's neat because they're pulling down the track, and you watch them going down, and they're popping wheelies and everything.
The noise and the excitement. I like the trucks, the power. It's thrilling. I like it.
Noise is one big thing. No matter how loud the noise is, they'll hold their ears, but they enjoy the noise. The fascination of something different. Like I say, everybody's got their different idea, and they come to see just what the guys put together.
Tractor and truck pulling is as American as apple pie and baseball. Its roots go back over a half a century. Many folks got started pulling long before it was an organized sport.
I was born and raised on a farm and pulled tractors, regular farm tractors. And after I got drag racing and, you know, I got the high-performance engines in my blood, then I seen one of these that had a 6-cylinder Chevrolet engine in it. And I built one with a 350 Chevrolet, and then I went to 427, and I went to fuel injection on 427, and a blower on a 427, and then I went to bigger Chevy engines, and then I went to my Road X that I got now.
32 years ago, I started on a bet. A neighbor bet me when I was out in the field working, he had more horsepower than I did. And that was the first time we ever pulled the tractor pull, and that was quite a few years ago. As the sport kept increasing, getting more popular, then we started to go with modified. We built one of the first modifieds in 1962. And the sport has kept increasing to the point that right now it's considered the world's largest sport, a heavier sport.
Though these pulling machines are still called tractors, they're a far cry from what Grandpa used for tilling cornfields. What part is still actually a tractor?
What I like to say it is a dragster with tractor tires, and that's about what it is. It's a chrome molly tube chassis with a lot of motors. It's got rear tractor tires on it. The rest of it's all custom-made gearboxes, truck rear end, log skidder, planetaries, everything else is custom made. They look like regular farm tires, but they're not. They're a special compound, 2-ply sidewall, 6-ply tread. The tread is hard, the sidewalls are soft, and we actually grow the tire just like a fuel dragster would. We get up on the tire.
The engines that power these brutes bear no resemblance whatever to the old 4-banger tractor engines of the past. The name of this game is horsepower.
The more horsepower you can get in a given weight class, the more horsepower you've got, the farther you go. You just spin the tires faster and move out of the hole faster, and it just takes a lot of motor to really make it work.
I crank my tires about 110 mile an hour. In fact, I need more horsepower. I got 3,000 there now, and I need about 2 to 3 more. I'm going to have to add a couple engines to stay competitive in the heavier classes.
Or you need a motor that is in a class by itself.
Spitfire is a engine used in a Sikorsky helicopter, primarily in the Vietnam conflict. Rated about 1,000 horsepower at sea level. Torque on this here was fairly high. We have what they call an air touch in it. The only thing I have going for me is the fact the engine is so smooth, very reliable, and just very low maintenance. I ran turbocharged Chevrolets for years, and we wanted something different. And at the time we built this up, there was about 3 of us in the United States running turbine engines. Now I'd say there's roughly 12.
Clearly, it's the variety and scope of backyard engineering that puts the excitement into pulling. No 2 engines or machines are the same. The planning that goes into winning in this kind of competition is as varied as the machines that these men have built.
The tractor is only about 50% of the winning. The rest of it's the guy knows how to read the track.
The trick of it is to get that machine started as quick as you can, and you're going to go the furthest.
Well, the main thing is putting your tires to the track and getting good traction, limiting your engine to make it last long. About 7,000 to 7,500 RPMs is ideal. The more wheel speed you can get out of the tires, like tire speed, the number of revolutions the tires make per engine throw is more ideal for a good pulling truck.
Try to pick the best point from the starting line to the finish line as straight as you possibly can go, and get moving out of the hole as quick as you possibly can to break the friction between the sled and the track. And the faster you can get a mass in motion, the farther it'll go.
With the kind of horsepower involved in this sport, there is, of course, an element of danger.
I think the worst thing that scares me would be a fire, where I sit right behind those 2 back motors, would be an alcohol fire.
The second most dangerous thing that could happen would be a runaway. These tractors spin their tires up to 140 miles per hour. So if it came unhooked from the weight sled, the tractor could get away from the driver. Despite these risks, the pullers consider it so safe that most of them don't wear any protective gear other than safety helmets. As with any spectator sport, the fans clearly have their favorites.
Tracker, honey, and hold on tight. Brucey Hutchinson's going to come out tonight in the Macon Bacon.
The Macon Bacon Special is a real crowd pleaser. It has outpulled all competitors in the last 2 seasons, and today's no exception. But then, Macon Bacon's no stranger in this arena.
12, 13 years ago, I went to a national tractor pull and watched it and got enthused about it and said, well, I'll just go and build one of those things. Started with a cheap ride, and now we've progressed to what we have today.
In the exhibition class, one of the most popular entries is Dave Smith's modified ambulance named Mother Jugs and Speed.
And I took a brand new 1983 Chevrolet van that was scheduled to be converted into an ambulance, and I took a cutting torch to it and started with it. Well, my wife thought for sure I'd gone nuts at that stage of the game, but it was too late. I'd already made the big jump. So this is what we've come up with, is Mother Jugs and Speed. We've built a blown 541 cubic inch Chevrolet alcohol burning motor, and we produce a lot of horsepower.
A major difference between truck and tractor pulling and the big league motorsports is that there isn't very much money in it, not even for the winners. If there's no real money to be made in pulling, and there's a risk to life and limb, then why do they do it year after year?
It's like any other sport. Once you get involved in it, it's hard to take or shake it.
Beat somebody is good or better than you are, it makes you feel pretty good.
Oh, winning? Winning's a thrill.
I don't know. We just really seem to have a super good time.
I think the thrill is to command that much horsepower and to make 6,000 horsepower do what you want it to do.
Trying to live up to the image. I started this thing when I was a kid, and I guess I'm getting pretty old now, but I've got to keep it up and pass it on to my boy.